Welcome for our comparative Bible study. Our topic is Great Tribulation. Now, this is good for us to study regarding Great Tribulation so that we can refer when will be happening this event and what the signs before shall be happening this Great Tribulation. Great Tribulation several times mentioned in the Bible. This is a Jacob's trouble. And Revelation chapter 2 verse 22. Behold, I will cast her into a pit, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. This event describe the sign or before the coming of the Son of Man mentioned in Matthew chapter 24 and also in Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came into me, saying, Also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord God unto the land of Israel, and in the end is come upon the four corners of the land. This great tribulation, this is a remaining time of 70 weeks mentioned in the book of Daniel chapter 9. God gave a chance to the Israelites when they were enslaved in the land of or the kingdom of Nabucodonosor. King Nebuchadnezzar at Babylon, and then after when the Babylon defeated by King Cyrus and Darius, God gave a chance for Israel 490 years. And then the 483 years, it was already fulfilled on the cross. And then the remaining time for the Israel, 7 years. And this is a Jacob's trouble according to Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. And this is the last chance or remaining time. And then the end of tribulation mentioned in Ezekiel chapter 7. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying also, Thou son of man, thus saith the Lord God unto the land of Israel, and in the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the income upon thee. I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abomination. Verse 6, an end is come, the end is come. It watcheth, for they behold it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble. You see? Now let's go into the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. 30 verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Very obvious that the Great Tribulation, this is a Jacob's trouble, the last chance. This is the remaining time of 490 years, and it was already fulfilled on the cross when the Messiah crucified on the cross 483 years. The remaining time after the dispensation of grace, 7 years. And we discussed why 7 years. Now, why is it? Because this great tribulation shall be happen on this earth, and focus particularly to the Israelites, because this is a Jacob's trouble. Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall say, Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea afraid to the mountain, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not they that are in the countries enter thereunto. For this be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, unto them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. This people is referring to the Israel. And they shall be fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down all the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. You see, now this is the Jacob's trouble, Great Tribulation. This tribulation is different the tribulation mentioned in the book of Romans chapter 11. This tribulation is different mentioned in the book of Thessalonians. This tribulation is different the tribulation mentioned in the book of Corinthians. Because the book of Corinthians, Thessalonians, and Romans, these books under grace dispensation. Under grace dispensation. However, the Great Tribulation we mentioned referring over here after grace dispensation, because the 483 years already fulfilled on the cross, and then follow the grace dispensation. After grace dispensation will continue the remaining time 7 years. If there is a question, why 7 years? Because 483 already fulfilled on the cross. And then, before the 1,000 years, the last day happened first, the 7 years tribulation. And this is a great tribulation, Jacob's trouble. Now, let's continue. And then, Revelation chapter 7, verse 14. And I say unto him, Seer, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which come out of great tribulation. Over here. This is a future. Great tribulation have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. You see, the great tribulation will happen after grace dispensation. Caught up first, the believers under grace dispensation shall be caught up to meet the Lord in the earth, and after that, great tribulation immediately will follow. And how many years the great tribulation? 7 years. And how to compute this? You see? Now, let's go to Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. Verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation. Over here. Now, the tribulation will happen over here. After tribulation, the second coming of Christ, the coming of the Son of Man. Now, what kind of tribulation is this? Mentioned in chapter 24, verse 29. This is reference to the Great Tribulation. Now, it's backward. Verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world. To this time, no, nor evil shall be. You see? For then shall be a great tribulation, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Thus, how many years the Great Tribulation? 7 years. Now, why is it 7 years? Because 483 already forfeit on the cross. The remaining time because 490 years give to the Israelites a chance for them. The remaining time for them. However, 483 already forfeit. The remaining time 7 years after Greece dispensation. The 7 years Great Tribulation shall be happen. Now why is 7 years? Let's go back in the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 9. Okay? Daniel. Chapter 9 verse 27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many. Who is this? He refers to what specific or particular person? This is reference to Antichrist. You see? And he shall confirm the covenant with many. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. 1 week here, 1 day for a year. 1 week, 7 days, equivalent 7 years. And these 7 years divided into 2. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, you see, there is a middle. Why? The 7 years divided into 2. First, 3.5 years, second 3.5 years. 42 months, next another 42 months. 1,260 days, another 1,260 days. All of these, 7 years. Now, after the dispensation of grace, who will execute 1,260 days? Who execute this tribulation? God used the 2 witnesses and 6 angels. The 6 angels with the 2 witnesses, they execute Great Tribulation with 40 months or 1,260 days. Equivalent, 3 years and 6 months. Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days. You see? 1,260 days. This is 3 years and 6 months. 42 months. And then after this, the time of Gentiles, backward. And there was given me a red light unto a rod, and the angel stood saying, Rise and measure the temple of God and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. And the holy city shall be tread under foot 42 months. The time of Gentiles, 42 months. The time of the 2 witnesses, 1,260 days. All of this, 7 years. You see? And then, this is regarding 2 witnesses. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days. These are the 2 olive trees and 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. If any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouths. This is the power of the 2 witnesses against their enemies. You see? And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth, and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Now under here, the 2 witnesses, they execute Great Tribulation against their enemies. These are their time, 1,260 days. With the angels, 6 angels with 6 trumpets. And then we continue. They have powers to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophesying, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues of in as they will. And when they shall have finished their testimony, only 1,260 days. With the six angels, with six trumpets. Now, in chapter 8, verse 1. Chapter 8, verse 1. And then, verse 6. And the seven angels, which had the seven trumpets, prepared themselves to sound. Seven angels. There are seven angels with seven trumpets. But six of these angels, the event shall be happen first 3.5 years. And number seven angel, the event or content of his trumpet, another second 3.5 years. You see? Now, verse 7, and the first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of the trees was burned up, and all green grass was burned up. You see, this is a great tribulation. Third part of trees was burned up. And the second angel sounded, and it were, as it were a great mountain burning with fire, was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. This is a great tribulation. And then third, and the third part of the creatures were in the sea had life died, and the third part of the ship were destroyed. But this is a great tribulation. First 3.5 years with the two witnesses. What else? 12. And the fourth angel sounded. The third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened. Great tribulation. And the day shone not for the third part of it, and the night likewise. And I beheld, I heard an angel flying through the midst of the heavens, sings with a loud voice, Woe, 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 to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason the other voices of the trumpet, the three angels which are yet to sound. There are last three angels, three woes. And then, chapter 9 will happen the first woe. Verse 12, and woe was past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. Great tribulation divided into two. First tribulation, 1,260 days, 40 and 2 months. Another 40 and 2 months, 1,260 days. This is the time of the beast to exercise his power, to push, to force the inhabitants on this earth to receive his mark. No might buy or sell without the number of his name. You see, look at chapter 11, verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, who are they? The two witnesses. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. This is another second 3.5 years, and this is the time of this. another 40 and 2 months. Now, chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his head, as it were wounded to death, and his deadly one was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. Three and a half years, another 3.5 years, because 40 and 2 months, equivalent 3 years and 6 months, another 1,260 days. Revelation chapter 12, verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. 1,260 days, another 1,260 days. All of this, 7 years. 40 and 2 months, another 40 and 2 months, equivalent, 7 years. 3 and 6 month years, 3 and 6 months. 3 years and 6 months, 3 years and 6 months, all of this, 7 years. How many years? The Great Tribulation. During the Great Tribulation, how many years? 7 years. And this Great Tribulation will happen after, as what I had been said a while ago, 7 years, the remaining time of 490 years. 483, it was already fulfilled on the cross. And then, grace dispensation. And then, 7 years will continue this event after the put up, after the dispensation of grace. Thank you for your joining in this comparative Bible study.